All right, all right. Just waiting on Tyson. Probably doing farm shit. What a great night of football last night. Two huge upsets. Hey, Tyson.
Good morning. How's she going?
It's going, man. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. Got everything out of the way yesterday. Today's a new day, so here we go.
Awesome. Yep, Mondays are Mondays. My God. My God.
It has been crazy, man. It has really been crazy.
I feel you. I feel you.
But
We are up on YouTube. We are golden. You tell me when you want to start the podcast, and I will call in.
good morning. We are live here on the Fans Perspective Breakfast Show.
Right.
Tuesday, December the 12th. Had some
Yeah, it's crazy.
crazy shit going on yesterday. So we couldn't get a show done yesterday, but we are back on Tuesday morning. Hopefully, Josh forgot what happened on the weekend. So,
Oh God. Why? What happened on the weekend?
well, the Eagles got hammered, you prick.
I, I just needed you to say it.
Oh, but hey,
Uh,
upsets galore all over the place. Oh my God.
all over. Last night, both games were amazing, which is surprising as all hell. Um, Never in a million years did I call those two games last night. We called both of them the other direction. So,
Let's not even talk about our sports select picks
but
because
it's perfect for me, of course, with my Ravens. The right teams are winning, the wrong teams are losing, and it's yeah, I don't even know what to say. It's actually unbelievable how I don't know how I can even get into some of these games and how teams have lost. It's unbelievable.
well, let's go over the scores from the weekend because we did miss yesterday morning. So, New England 21-18 winners over Pittsburgh.
Woo!
Wow. Tampa 29-25 over Atlanta. Another crazy one. Baltimore in overtime 37-31.
Yeah, the game of the week.
Yes, Detroit gets pounded by the Bears 28-13. Cincinnati humbles Indianapolis 34-14 with their backup quarterback.
Yep.
Cleveland with Jesus at quarterback
Oh
wins
boy,
31-27.
elite Flacco. We've been saying it in Ravens territory for years, baby.
New Orleans 28-6 over Carolina. The Jets pound Houston 30-6.
What the hell?
Minnesota in a absolute horrible snoozer, 3
Game of
nothing.
the year right there.
Yeah,
Game of the year.
Hockey game score, 3 nothing over Vegas. San Francisco 28, Seattle 16, Buffalo 20, Chiefs 17. Wow, lots of games there that I didn't expect.
Yep.
Pounds the Chargers, another injury. Justin Herbert, broken
Yep.
finger. Wow. Dallas pounds my Eagles 33-13. And Tennessee over Miami 28-27 in Monday Night Football. And the Giants over Green Bay 24-22.
And
So,
both those games came down to last second heroics. Unbelievable Monday Night Football. Like, I thought it was going to be a couple stinkers, and it went completely the other way. Fantastic football games, and the underdogs win both of them. Fantastic.
Will Levis in Tennessee is looking all right. He
He
really
is
is.
looking all right.
Yeah, I think he's going to be, pretty decent quarterback possibly.
Might be their guy. Definitely plays with some passion. I watched him last night, man. He's got some grit.
Yeah, yeah. So what stood out to you on the weekend for the games? Like huge upsets. I can't believe like the Bears pounding
The
uh,
Lions, you know,
Detroit.
the Lions
Detroit's
have
look, yeah, they're looking plain.
I don't know what is up with the Lions. They're healthy.
Yep.
I just don't know if they have all the pieces in place, like when they're all clicking, they rock, and when they're not, they're terrible. It's not like it's not like, my Ravens, I'm waiting for them to have a breakout game. They kind of just hang in there, and our
Yeah.
offense is good enough, our defense is good enough, and we just kind of, even this last game, although the Rams offense is with that Puka and Nakua and Cooper Cup now healthy, holy shit, man, it just opens up Austin Eckler to do whatever he wants because they just double team everything in the back. The box is wide open, and it's a threat and a half. Thank God the Rams defense is terrible. And I mean terrible. Um, they gave Lamar so much time this weekend. That was his average was like friggin' 4 seconds back there. That's incredible, man. Um, and but I don't know what is going on with the Lions. Um, the Jags are reeling right now. Joe Flacco has the Browns playing better than they were all year. Um, and and Browning with the Bengals, to be honest with you, they
Hasn't
don't
missed
make
a
them.
beat.
No, they don't make them throw as much as Burrows, and I've said it. Their ground game's their best thing, and they kind of went away from it with Burrow. Now it's
Yeah.
like, all right, we got to use it, and then it's opening up Browning to throw. I'm
Yeah.
pumped for him.
And Philly's defense has looked horrible the last
Well,
couple of
they
weeks.
are banged up as all hell. They got to
Yeah.
get healthy because if they don't, they won't end well because they've definitely been exposed. They got to get their health back. Texans lost Stroud. I don't know how long. It's concussion protocol, so Texans are not going to be sitting pretty without him. I'll tell you that.
No, it is crazy. Like uh I don't know. It's a lot of injuries, but a lot of upsets. Like I'm
So
surprised. I
many.
just gotta go over the playoff picture, and man, has the NFC changed. The AFC, Baltimore's in number one, Miami number two, Chiefs number three, Jaguars number four, Browns five, Steelers six, Colts seven, and Texas and Broncos and Bengals are all in the hunt, and the Bills all at
And the
7 and 6.
and the Broncos are looking good too. They're right there. Like they're playing
Yeah.
better than they ever have. Yeah, the AFC's moved a lot too. To be honest with you, they both have.
Well, Buffalo scares me. If they get in, look out. Look out.
Yeah, because if they get in, that means they had to basically run the table, and you don't want them coming in hot because Josh Allen is, as up and down as he can be, he wants to win, and he's a gamer. I mean, I saw him make some throws in that Chiefs game where he had no business even being on his feet still, and he made throws, and I mean, he wanted to beat the Chiefs so bad. They destroyed his hopes last year, and
For a couple of years.
a couple times they have. And I like Josh Allen a lot more than I like Patrick Mahomes. So I
Yeah,
like the Bills. I'd love them to get in there.
I would too. Now, the NFC has changed dramatically. 49ers are now number one, Cowboys number two, Detroit number three, Tampa number four, Philly has fallen all the way to number five. Six is the Vikings, and seven is the Packers at 6 and 7, with the Rams, the Seahawks, the Falcons, the Saints, all at 6 and 7. So
And
wow.
I sure wouldn't be feared. I don't think Minnesota's going to make it. They're going to lose out here in the next couple. They are dog shit. Like they are so bad without their full lineup in there. They're like 3-0 against the Raiders for the love of God. Um, that's just atrocious. Like they got to get out of there. But it could come down to the Rams. Um, the Packers maybe. I mean, they lost to the Giants last night. I got zero faith left in them. I thought that one had turned around, but how do you lose to the damn Giants, you morons? I mean, I
You
loved
know,
it, but son of a bitch.
the Bears aren't even out of it really.
That's crazy.
At 5 and 8, the Bears are not out of it. That is sad. That is sad.
That is sad. That is completely sad.
But that's the NFL roundup, and what a crazy, crazy week. Like Detroit, I wouldn't pick Detroit in the playoff game now. I just don't trust them.
No, they were the lock of the week this week. I mean, my God. Them and
Yeah,
the Dolphins were the two
they were,
locks.
and
Them and the
boy,
Dolphins. That was the two locks this week, and they were brutal.
yeah. Obviously, there is no locks in football.
Bingo. You know what? They're all paid to win. They're all professional athletes. They're all pretty good. And on any given week, anybody can go one way or the other. And man, oh man, I mean, like that Ravens game was that was insane. 9 lead changes throughout the game, the most in the NFL this year. Never had a game with more than 7. And 9 lead changes. It was just like they could not stop Cooper Kupp and Puka Nakua or whatever the hell you say his name, man. I was just like, holy shit, guys, can you double team both of them? Then the next drive, they went all Austin Eckler, and it was right down the middle. I'm like, son of a bitch. I'm like, I don't understand when those 3 are healthy. Thank God they weren't healthy all year together. But then their defense, every time the Ravens got the ball, I'm like, well, we're just going to go get more points right now. And that's what happened every time. We ended up getting to the 20 or into the end zone, kick a field goal, get a touchdown. And but at the end of the game, man, like we went down, there's a minute and 20 left. We scored a touchdown to go up by 1. And then they went for 2. And I'm like, yeah, I like that idea. That's too much time on the clock. Especially with those receivers, they can go take the top off the defense, getting field goal easy. And I mean, the 2-point conversion was insane. Lamar like had to get out of the pocket, rolled all the way to his right, threw back, got hit as throwing, and just a dart to Flowers right before he got hit. We get it. They come all the way back down, kick a field goal with 5 seconds left, which we knew was going to happen. Then in overtime, it's, defenses adjust.
Yep.
They stopped us at the 50. We didn't go for the kick just because, if you miss it, they got right there.
Yeah, they're in field position.
We punted, and then we forced them a 3-0 punt. Our guy runs it all the way back for the touchdown. I was like, thank you, Jesus. This had to end. My heart was bursting. I was like, because our next schedule here is really difficult. So that was a game in my opinion, we had to have to lock up that playoff veracity, because the Niners are coming at Christmas. We got the Dolphins, and they're going to be pissed off now. We got the Jags. They're going to be pissed off. Trevor Lawrence is playing. And in the last game of the year, we got the Steelers, and those bastards always play good against us. So nothing's a lock there.
It's funny. Our teams are at opposite ends of the schedule. Philly's schedule is going to get easier now, finally.
Yeah, well, the Ravens were the second hardest to start the year. And the hardest to finish. Like, the Ravens schedule this year was absurd, the difficulty level in it, even just to start the year. But man, the back end is terrible. Like, god damn.
Yeah, and Philly was more of this last 5-game stretch was brutal. Like, they had brutal last 5-game stretch, and now things get a little better, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, they should win out, honestly. But like I said, every week to week, nobody damn well knows anymore.
It's funny how the Cowboys, they're following the same pattern though that they always do. Like, they're almost unbeatable at this point of the year. And then
normally it falls off 2 weeks ago. So I think it'll fall off right in the playoffs. Then is how it'll work. Normally it starts to cater off in a couple of weeks here, but this year they've gone past that. So I mean, either they're the real deal or it'll crash and burn right at the end.
Well, their offense is crazy good. Like
their offense is crazy good. And their defense, defense is they're not a stopping defense. They are a ball hawk defense. So they do cause a ton of turnovers. When they don't cause turnovers, though, there's a lot of points to be scored on them. They've got a lot of holes. They're that, they come after you and try and punch it out. They let you catch it and then try and steal it. Or they try to go for interception. The all or nothing. Yeah.
And who would have thought they're missing their best cornerback too, Davis? Like that is crazy. But
that's their only injury.
Yes.
Like, that's their only injury. They're healthy.
They are healthy, and that's going to be the difference in winning or losing this year is health. I think, because what year has health changed the game more than this year?
The Niners are crazy healthy right now. The Cowboys, and it's showing this late in the season. The Ravens are pretty damn healthy right now, and it shows. Like, teams that are starting to deal with injuries are it's piling up fast.
Yeah, well, I mean, and everyone's injured this time of year. Let's be honest here.
Right.
Everybody's nicked some, but it's whether you can get through to the next week and kind of recover enough or not.
That's right.
Yeah, and as I said, a couple big names went down on the weekend, like Herbert with the broken finger, and if he can't go, the Chargers are done.
They're done anyways. They can't win with him. Can you imagine them without him? It's going to be atrocious.
But hey, I was totally wrong on Friday. Shohei Ohtani, he crushed me, man.
And then then the reports came the other day that he never even went to Toronto. His team just created all that shit just to get some more money and get other teams interested. And what
And
a
did they get more money? Did you read the contract?
oh yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
here's the crazy part that I do not like. First of all, I want to say his contract's 10-year at 700 million. That is more than 8 Major League Baseball teams,
Yeah.
which is absolutely crazy, including your Baltimore Orioles. Shohei
Way
makes
more.
more
Way
than the
more.
Baltimore Orioles,
My
which
Orioles contract isn't even close to that. Yeah, it's
no,
absurd. It's
like
like
that
200.
is insanity. And I don't like the salary cap. There's one thing I don't like in baseball. They got a luxury tax. So the rich just spend. Big deal.
Yeah.
And secondly, I do not understand. Yeah, I don't know if you read yesterday's reports. He's actually only getting paid $2 million a year for the 10 years. All that
Yep.
money is deferred.
Yep.
So in 10 years, LA will not have a team hardly because they're going to be paying for Shohei when
It's
he's freaking done.
it's gonna be like vanilla. No
Yeah.
different than
Bobby
yes.
Bonilla. Yeah.
Yep. It's gonna be the same thing, man.
So
It's ridiculous. I don't know how I don't know. Stupid.
crazy, disappointing, crushed me, but we're moving on.
Yeah, yeah, it is crazy. It sucks, like the
Jays fans
excitement
were
was there.
excited. Baseball in Canada was excited. Like there were lots of people excited about the
Oh,
possibilities.
Twitter, that's all I got on my Twitter feed. Every single person was tweeting about it. The percentage wheel chart and all that stuff was popping up and yada yada. Then you
Yeah,
find out the bastard was just using it for leverage for everything, and it's like those greasy bastards.
yeah, crazy. And one more thing, back to the NFL. I read yesterday the salary cap number is going to move up from 216 million to 240 plus million next year.
Oh my God, that is a huge jump in one season.
Huge jump. Revenue's up. And I guess the quarterbacks, maybe it's a good thing you got your $50 million man because as the cap goes up, the money does too.
Yeah, and I mean it's kind of unfair, really. I mean, it's great for our teams that have our star that are reeling a bit. Now they can
Yep.
afford to go out and get that one or two extra pieces, right? But
Yeah.
that's not how it should be. They're just enabling it. Now the Chiefs will be good again because that's why they suck. They put everything into Mahomes and they're at the point now they can't afford nobody else. But
So
guess what? Now they'll have an extra 20 some million dollars to play with.
yeah, so we called this show the fans perspective for a reason. As a fan, is this sustainable? Like to keep going like
No,
this? And
no. No, this is too much too soon. No, it's not. I already can't afford to go to games. I can't afford jerseys. I wanted to buy my neighbor. He's become a Ravens jersey, and I wanted to buy him a he's been become a Ravens fan. I was gonna get him a Ravens jersey for
yeah,
Christmas. It's unaffordable to buy an actual jersey. Like it was like $298. I didn't buy myself one. I was like, that's like I can get a Rider jersey, an actual authentic one without a name and stuff on it, proper one, 89.99.
yeah,
The authentic game jersey is 289 for the Ravens, 499 if you want the name bar and number and everything sewn on. Like I'm talking realistic
yeah,
jersey. And
yeah,
that's all I buy. I like the authentic ones. They don't have to have a name on them, but I like them to be real. Um, I can't afford it in the NFL. Like that's crazy. The hat that I ordered for myself, I ordered a new Ravens hat because this is the only one I own, and I got it when the Ravens won the Super Bowl back in
yeah.
12. $77 for a cap. Um, and $18 to ship it to me because our local stores around here will not carry Ravens apparel because we're west and they're east.
Yeah.
They don't carry it in Canada unless you're in the eastern hemisphere. So I was like, they're $100 after shipping damn near for a hat. I was like, well, I mean, come on, guys. No, but why is that price so high? Why do you think?
Yeah, because we're
But
paying so much.
someone's paying it because if they said they're making money, someone's buying this stuff. I mean, I
Oh,
bought
for
one
sure.
item. I would have
Yeah.
bought more had the price been more affordable, but
That's just absolutely ludicrous when you look at the big picture of
it
like
is
a jersey, $300. Come on, come on.
without names on it. Like
Yeah,
not game worn, not nothing, just purple or white or black with the Ravens logo on it.
yeah.
Stupid.
It is stupid, and I don't know how things are going to carry on, but um, let's move on to hockey, and then I'll touch a little bit about the NFR, what's going on there, and
Yeah, absolutely.
talk about our man Jared. What a great night he had a couple nights ago. Anyways, New York Islanders beat Toronto 4-3. Buffalo 5-2 winners over Arizona. Dallas 6-3 winners over Detroit. Colorado 6-5 winners over Calgary.
Finally, start losing, you idiots. God damn it. They were up 5-3 in the third last night. I checked. I'm still not feeling good. So I took a bunch of NyQuil shit and
Yep.
I checked before I laid down. I'm like, fuck you guys. Like, we're going to be 500 by Friday. This is not what needs to happen. Woke up. Normally, I'd wake up after a 2-goal lead in the third and be like, you lost, you bunch of bums. I woke up. First thing I did was check. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. Didn't even go to overtime. I'm like, you guys, Jesus, like, just go. Let all the youth play. Let's lose by 1 or 2 goals and have a great time.
Yeah.
Let's Chicago Blackhawks the shit out of this season. Get into another pick next year. Let's go. But God, so I'm happy. I don't like 6-5. I'd rather lose 1-0 and be like, oh, they're right there. But that's okay. I just want them to lose. I want to go on a streak at least. Create that bottom 5 feel because we need a bottom 5 pick. We got to get in on it, man. We just have to someday get in on a good pick.
You want a lottery pick as a
I want it so bad. Like, I want to be first, second, or third pick. I want it, man. I want to be able to get a guy that's like, we've never had a guy I've been excited about ever in a draft. Not once in my entire life. Because we're always like, pick 22, you know?
Yeah. Did you that herpes has really been causing flare-up issues.
Oh, man. You know, it's one of those things. I think they say what a herpes, you might not see it, but it's still there. Yeah, you know, like it's been the longest thing I've ever dealt with in my life, man. I get one good day and then I'm down for 3. Yesterday at the office, I looked like a damn dead man walking.
I think you maybe got
no idea.
You know, the kissing disease. Maybe Megan give you the kissing disease.
It could be from no one kissing me. That's for damn sure. But ain't nobody.
I know what it is. Usually, a wife says to a husband, "Kiss my ass."
Yeah, I'm kissing the wrong end. Yeah, now I'm sick.
And eventually, you say, "Well, what the hell? I got nothing to lose." Okay,
all I got left, baby.
Oh, so there you go. But it's been crazy. NFR, touch a little bit on that. Jared Parsonage was the round winner a couple nights ago. Great night by Jared.
Yeah, it was 87.5 points, right?
Yeah, and he took home like $39,000 that night.
Wow. Woo.
Yeah. So that was great night for Jared. Unfortunately, didn't got bucked off the last 2 consecutive nights, but that happens. So
yeah,
Canadians are doing very well, and Jared's probably gonna, you know, he's gonna get his again. So and there's lots of money to be made in bull riding because it never happens where all the bull riders are 6 because they pay 6 slots. Never happens. 6 guys actually ride and then they share the money. So there's like $80,000 or $90,000 a night per event, kind of.
No way. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
crazy.
So in other events, I mean, you got all the slots qualified, but not bull riding. So there's huge numbers sitting there for the guys who do ride. So
awesome. I'm pumped, man. Yeah, and I saw you one night, number 2, I think it was. Is that right? Night 2?
Yeah, and that was pretty cool. Watching the interview with him and the buckle presentation.
Yeah, it was cool.
That was so awesome for a local guy to do that. So
great moment. Yeah, way to go, Jared.
Great moment. Did you see on the weekend that 14-year-old playing for the Brandon Wheat Kings?
Yeah, I got 2 goals.
2 goals his first game.
He looks like he should be like, you know, playing bantam hockey. And I'm like, that kid didn't get ran over like a freight train. He scored 2 goals. What the hell is going on? I look at our kids that are 13. The parents are sending them everywhere for hockey. I'm like, they need to stop because there ain't no way these kids I'm watching out here in the local rink that are going to play all their stuff. Not our local rink, but I've seen him in Eston and whatnot.
Any local rink.
Nobody here. Those kids ain't scoring 2 goals in the dub, man. They might as well stop, save their money now. Keep them in house league and let's just have some fun, okay? Because those kids ain't doing what that kid did. And if that's what you're going to have to do to make it, just stop. Just stop. Stop being ridiculous. You don't got to send your kid through AA because that shit is coming and your kid can't compete with that. That's unbelievable.
the next level is so mind-boggling. Like they are so good.
So
Uh,
good.
and I'm talking 14, like
14 years
14.
old, man. They don't even have their first chest hair.
He just was
14 years old.
drafted. Like he's just out of the bantam draft at 14.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Like
and I mean, he's at that level, so there's many kids coming at that level.
there will be more. Maybe not, elite status, but they'll be right there, right? That's how that works.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and for those parents that don't really fully understand or grasp this, I'm gonna give you a wake-up call. Those kids have been trained that way and had money invested in them from their parents, and they've got a structured lifestyle that none of us can afford. I know what Bedard went through because the stories are coming through when he lived in Regina. I now know from Tyson and other people, and now I've been reading and I've been researching it. His mom and dad bought a house in Regina, so he couldn't go out and party. He never went out with the team after games because they knew what they had. They knew if he stayed focused, trained harder, ate better, um, and just focused on one thing, you can become the best. There's no distractions. Like what parent doesn't billet your kid in dub? Nobody moves with their son in the WHL to the city, buys a
No.
home so that they can live and there's no billet. Mom and dad take care of you. Well, Bedard did that, and look where he's at. And that's what it takes now if you want to be the best and you want to for sure make it. Nobody around here, nobody anywhere in our vicinity can afford to do this. He had a nutritionist. He had his own like chiropractor, all this stuff since he's been like
Crazy.
9 years old.
Yeah.
He's had one-on-one training from shooting to mental to focus coaches to all this stuff. Um, that's how you get there. It's not just natural ability. We got
Nope.
lots of kids that have natural ability, but we can't afford to put that in, or we don't know how to coach them. And there's no coaches around here, and we can't afford to move where there is one. So just give it up. Just let your kids play the best. There's great hockey around here, like Maple Creek Midget team that your son plays on.
Yeah.
That's good, awesome hockey to watch. I enjoy it thoroughly because those kids are psychotic. They just throw their body around like they don't give a shit. Like tomorrow, I'm just gonna get up and go to school anyways. It's not like me. If I lay one body check, I might as well just dig a grave. So
There's more hitting in midget hockey than there is in the dub and NHL combined.
Way more. And that's why I can't wait to get to a game. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
Like, when I went to that playoff game last year, I was like, holy shit, this is old school hockey. Like, they didn't give a shit. We ain't going for the puck. I'm gonna kill that guy. That guy kissed my girlfriend a year ago. Like, I'm taking him out. It's like, all right, let's go.
Crazy. And speaking of that, we were at Kindersley this weekend, and Shaunavon won the A side of the Kindersley tournament, and they beat Knee Hill. And we had some friends on Knee Hill. Their son was playing, so that was kind of cool. Peyton has grown up with this one kid pretty much his whole life, never played hockey against him. And they met in Kindersley and got to play against each other. So that was a great event. And we won. Maple Creek won the B side. So
right on.
Yeah, yeah. So Knee Hill was the runner-up in the A, and Wainwright the runner-up in the B. So great weekend of hockey. And if you are looking for something cheap and entertaining, go check out a midget game because man,
midget, even bantam is pretty good to watch already. Kids are starting to play pretty awesome. If there's a local bantam or midget team around you, you should go watch, man. It's exciting hockey. Like the kids are they're little adults already, so they're flying around. There's some big boys and they kind of play pretty loose because they ain't like this organized, finesse league type hockey. These kids, they got nothing to lose for 99% of them, maybe 99.9. This is the best it's getting, and everything goes into it. And I love it. I can't wait for Parker to play that hockey.
It is great. And you guys were part of U7 hockey.
U9.
U9, okay.
Yeah, it was U9, but we didn't have a team, so we had to pull in the U7s and make them play for our U9 team. It was something.
A good turnout, though, obviously, because Fox Valley would support, right?
Yeah, it was probably the craziest. I don't know about turnout. It was packed, but we ran out of everything in the kitchen. There's no food left, so Megan has to make a emergency trip to Medicine Hat to get everything. Like no burgers, no fries, no popcorn chicken, no candy bags, no nothing. I think they made over $5,000 at that little tournament with 4 teams, and one was local. There's only 3 other teams.
Well, that is the greatest thing about that level it's not how many goals they score, it's how many hamburgers they can possibly eat.
Man, how many candy bags did every kid have? Like in the middle of the day, we remade candy bags with like there was like 2 hours left in the tournament. There's one game left, and we had a little kid in the back who doesn't play hockey, and him and his mom were making the candy bags and putting them out.
Yeah.
I think they made like 150 extra bags, and they were all gone. There's none left. Like last night,
Well,
we had power skating. Everyone came in with it. All the kids come in. They always want a candy bag before the session. Like we have no candy. Like you ate us out of everything. So they had to create a menu last night just for it. So my wife and Donnie's wife made pots of soup because we had no food left. And then we just went and bought bread and got cheese and made grilled cheese and soup last night for the power skating people that came to eat because we ran out of everything.
yeah, and you know the great thing about food booth in a little local rink like that is it doesn't shut down halfway through the third period. Like
Yeah,
it
no,
is open after.
that stayed open for about an hour after the game. Yep.
Yeah, and you won't get a better burger than a rink
No.
burger. You
Yeah, like them old flat tops and the girls cooking them and the fried onions and oh my
Oh
God, yeah.
man, I'm freaking hungry now.
I
Now
could
I
eat
wanna
it.
go
I
make
could
it.
eat a cheeseburger with fried onions right now. No questions.
Oh, them. That's the best, man. That
But
is the best.
it was a great day. Like I said, our team, we just created a team. Just we had a team drop out, so we kind of created one. So we
Yep.
pulled up a bunch of U7s. We had Levi, Charlie, Lily played, who doesn't play hockey anymore. And it was great. They got smoked their first game. Um, then they lost the second one by quite a bit, not smoked quite as bad. And in their last
Yep.
game, we played Gull Lake, and they actually beat it. They beat a team with all of our,
Nice.
U7s. We won by one goal, and it was like a 7-8 or something like that. Whatever it was, doesn't matter. But it was awesome. Levi got a hat trick, and he was living large, man. He was living
Nice.
large. Yeah.
Nice. And that's the best hockey. Them are the best years I can honestly say because
Pretty
just
funny.
it's just for the fun and the grandpas are out there.
Oh yeah, that's all it
Five
was.
dollars a goal, unless there's just inflation. Maybe it's 10 now. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, there was one kid for leader. If he's getting $5 a goal, his poor grandma and grandpa bet. Well, I think it's Thane Pfeiffer. I think he owns Pfeiffer Tires, so I think they'll be okay. But his little grandson there, Nick Pfeiffer's son, my good God, he's taller than I am in U9, which isn't hard to beat, but that's
Yeah,
U9, don't forget.
yeah.
If he wanted to, he just would go down and he just would rip it over the net. Like hey, the kids, he's just like his dad Nick was. He's big, he's fast, and he can shoot. And
Well,
holy shit, Levi beside him looked like he had like a maybe a kid that had maybe some mental issues, and that was a little bit on the tiny side. Maybe didn't grow, maybe like physically challenged as well. And then a grown man, and it was fun to see.
Thane and Nick will be working for the grandson. That's
Yeah,
all.
exactly. Just to pay
Just
off the $5 goals.
I know next time I need a tire, I'm just gonna talk to the grandson. Maybe he can
Yeah,
price
exactly. Yeah, he'll give you a better discount. He's the one that's got the cash.
it.
Dude, I was you talk about just inflation just before we kind of go off here. I'll give you a little funny story about last night. Parker, 2 weekends in a row now, he's been asked to dog sit. So go and let the dogs out in the morning and the evening for two
Yeah.
different friends.
Yep.
And one was away on vacation for a week, and the other one was gone for the weekend or 4 days. So he got paid. And so he had an envelope of cash. And I
Oh,
think it worked out to like $140 or $120.
that rich little
And
bug.
yo, man. And I said, Park, I said, I'll explain to you how this works. I said, here. So I took 60 and I gave him 60. I said, there. And he said, what are you doing? I said, that's taxes. I said, when you think about it right now, almost everybody's at the point where it's half right off the
Yeah.
top. I said, this is how when you hear your dad complain and bitch about Justin Trudeau and just inflation, all this shit that's going on with our government. So this is our main reason why we are so frustrated. And it was his eyes were like, what do you mean? I said, well, that's like when I told you there's dad tax with Halloween. This is real life tax with cash. When I get paid, when I said I made $100 today, I actually made about 51.
Yeah.
And then I got to pay taxes on the stuff I buy. And I explained it to him. He just like, so then he was writing numbers. So if I got paid 200, how much would I really have? I said about 105. Huh? What? He's like, but if I want an item that's $300 and I want to buy that when I'm older, what do I need to make? I said about
10,000.
$570. Yeah, about $570. He said, I could never save 570. I said, yeah, well, welcome to the Welcome to the real world. And it was just
But
one of the eye openers.
here's a little secret for you, Parker. You got paid in cash, so you get
Yep.
100% of that
That's
thing.
right. Of course, I didn't explain that to him yet. He wouldn't fully understand. Well, then why don't you get paid in cash? I didn't want to go too far into it, but he was definitely taken back. It was
I
kind of
seen
cute, kind of funny.
that spark in your eye when he said to you, "Why don't you get paid in cash?" I seen the thought go, "I should phone Cam about this."
Yeah. Yeah, changed all of our bills. We no longer accept cards or checks. Yeah, just
Yeah,
straight cash, homie.
cash only.
Yeah, right. If only. If only.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Would
Cash.
be. It really would. We'd actually have enough money. We'd
Yeah,
survive a
yeah,
little bit.
yeah. It's crazy, and food is just jumping left, right, and center all the time too.
Oh
Like,
man. Like I wanted to buy a prime rib for Christmas. Luckily, Megan's uncle did get us one because he's
yeah,
crazy and he said, I don't give a shit what the price I'm buying it. But
that a
the
boy for beef. I
oh
love
yeah.
guys who love
Oh,
beef.
we got brisket and we got prime rib. We are doing beef for Christmas. Yeah,
Oh,
come on now. And but the prime ribs have jumped again at Costco. The last time I should have bought it last time. I thought it was too much. It was 170 for the size we needed because we need a big one. There's
yeah,
3 families.
yeah.
And that 170 is now 288
You know,
for that one.
you know the crazy thing though, I feel for people that food has gone up so high. But it's funny how you hear more complaining about food going up, but that $100,000 truck, it's jumped 25, and
Yeah.
that's acceptable to get, right?
Well, you know why? Because dealerships are just like, well, we can finance that over 10 years. That's
Yeah,
not a problem. What's your payment you can afford? Never tell a dealership what payment you can afford. Do not deal with your monthly payment. Deal with the bottom line. That's a little tip I'm going to give you right now.
yeah.
My brother used to manage a dealership. If you gave him a monthly figure, they worked it in. They made it work, but it didn't work for you. Believe you me, you did not get a deal. You cannot
I
afford $500 a month over 40 years. You could only afford it over 6, like,
crazy
God
crazy
dang.
thing though. Like now I've heard of a lady, she was going to trade in a Yukon, and it's like 2 years old, very low kilometers, and she thought, well, I'll get a new one, kind of in that routine or whatever. Payment was like $600 initially. The new one came, she went to the dealership, checked it out. The payment would have jumped to $1,600.
Oh my God.
That's how much the vehicle's gone up, interest rates, et cetera, and it's like, no, not happening.
Wow.
Sticking with my other one.
My truck, and I did this for fun the other day because my dad's really curious. My dad loves numbers.
Yeah,
And he said, hey, if I wanted to drive, my dad loves my truck. He loves that it's bare bones and that it doesn't have too many options, right? He's not
yeah,
afraid of too much to go wrong. And so he loves that it's, black and it's big and he just thinks it's cool. So
yeah.
he was asking me, what would it cost right now to get into that? And so I'm like, I have no idea. So I think it was dad. It was dad or Donnie that asked me to figure out the price. Now I can't remember. We were having a meeting, but so I just went and built it.
Yeah.
And then I found one a little bit cheaper, the exact same truck than what MSRP online was. So then you can dock the numbers and put it to that. So
Yeah.
I paid 48.8 brand new in 2017 summer. And so now it's 77.6 after all the taxes and adding all the options that I had, the mirrors and stuff. And my payment was 358 biweekly
Yeah.
is what I paid. And it's now 718 biweekly for
Well, I
that
was gonna
same
say
truck
probably.
because interest rates, I got in at 2.49. They're
Yeah.
5.99 or 6.29 plus, and it was an extra year on the end. I got mine for 6. This was a 7-year payment. And so it's 30,000 more plus the interest is over double. And I was like, wow, oh my God, it costs more than double to own that same truck today. And it's not any different of a truck. It's the
Yeah.
same truck. 5-liter engine, nothing special, not a diesel. I'm just, guys, when does this end? So I know exactly what you're saying with the vehicles. Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna have to go to weekly payments soon, and I took my old truck in to get a little service work done on it, and I said to the mechanic, "So you busy?" He said, "Busier than we've ever been because the price of new vehicles is so out of this world. It's forcing everyone to fix what they got, right?"
Good.
So,
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Because they got to learn the hard way that manufacturers, not the dealership, they don't set the price. They follow the market.
yeah,
But someone has to be slapped in the mouth because, man, either people got to start only buy when you absolutely need it. If you can still trust your vehicle, and I always say if you can put less than 6 grand into it per year, you're actually making money. That's kind of the cost. 5,800 to 6 grand is kind of my math. If it's
Yeah.
costing you less than that, it's cheaper than going into a new one and financing another 80 or 50 or 40. So,
Yeah.
but
And the crazy thing I was going to say about your truck is it's probably worth more than the day you bought it.
it was, now it's just below. It's at like they offered me 48.9 like
Yeah.
last summer when it had 110 on it. Now it's worth about, I think they said, they sent me another letter. We want
Yeah.
your truck. We would give you 41.5. I'm like, good God.
Who said a vehicle's a bad investment? That's better than most people's RRSPs.
Yeah. Lately, unbelievable.
And I want to just say a shout out to our good buddy of the show, loyal listener, Braden Close. Got to meet him this weekend and
Yeah, great kid.
had a great visit. And man, he's buffed and he was telling me a bit about his workout regimen and
Oh,
stuff.
he's a beast, dude. Like,
Yeah, so we got a little plan coming down. I presented him a little plan. I says, how about me and Josh come to the gym with you and
oh,
you put us
Jesus.
through a workout.
Yeah,
So
well,
we're gonna do a little video down the road of us doing that, and that'll be hilarious.
that'll be horrible. I don't know. I don't even have good life insurance.
Well, I thought of going to Kindersley because I've heard they got a pretty good hospital there, so I'm probably gonna
Yeah.
go from the gym to the hospital.
Smarter there than here, because we ain't gonna make it to the hospital if we drop the barbell on our face here. So
Yeah, I'm not. I just worried about I don't know something.
his heart fell right out of his chest.
You betcha. And just a little preview of what's ahead, man. Do I got some great stuff lined up for some long shows? We got Robin Silvernagel, Saskatchewan curler, gonna be coming on in January. We got the Outlaw Buckers gonna be coming on. We got Mr. Renfro who's gonna be coming on. We got all kinds of pumped up shows coming out.
Tyson has all these guys lined up. I have no one lined up. I'm just gonna be the co-host. I'm just gonna nod and say yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, but that's because
Tyson's the guy.
you've seen a picture of Robin. That's why you're just gonna nod and say yes.
Man, no, I do not pass judgment.
Anyways, we got lots of good shows coming on after Christmas. Just throwing out a few names that I got lined up. Got a whole slew lined up. It's been great. I've been sending out invites, and man, I've been hitting. Like the fishing is good right now.
Right on. The hook, the lure is working.
Yeah, the lure is working. So and running into fans daily. It seems like wherever a guy goes, hearing of a podcast listener. So that's awesome.
That's pretty cool. That's really cool.
You betcha. And when we do miss a show, you know people care because of getting texts and stuff.
Yeah,
like
that I do get. Or
Yeah.
did you have a show this morning? It's not up. I'm like, nope, I'm still sick for the 79th day in a row, or my daughter puked all over our room, or it's either I'm sick, they're sick. It doesn't even matter anymore.
So,
But
hey,
I'm not
we
gonna be
got her
sick no
done.
more.
We're back, and we're still broke. Haven't hit.
We're still here. Yeah,
Yeah.
just surviving.
Can't even win the $800 weekend.
Oh my God, we can't win any weekend. I mean, God, we went 4 for 8.
And I thought we went safe. I thought we picked safe, but
We did go safe, but apparently there is no safety net in gambling.
no. Friday's another day. We'll get
Friday's another day.
We're gonna be like the Cowboys at the NFR. We got bucked off 3 weeks straight, but we're getting back on this week.
We're right back on that bull.
Anyways, that's probably it for today's show. But tune in tomorrow morning for another episode of
We'll be back.
We will be back.
And your Oilers play tonight on a 7-game heater.
Yes.
Right
I didn't
on.
want to bring it up, buddy. I didn't. But we are at 500 already at the 25 game mark. So I'm
Yes, sir. And you play against a dog shit team, so it should be an 8-game winning streak. Hopefully the Flames can turn this into a 3-game losing skid. That's what I'm hopeful for. We play tonight. It doesn't matter who we play. I just want the other team to be healthier and better. So, and I'm hoping they start Wolf tonight because I just love watching him play. So he's exciting. He's brought excitement back, just like Kipper did when he came, minus the fact that we're trying to move this direction with that one. We were moving that, but Wolf's playing, and I'm hoping it's a close one, but I'm hoping we lose in regulation is all I'm hoping for. 3-2 loss. I've never asked for it, but I'd like a 3-2, 2-1 loss with Wolf standing on his head. Let's go.
Well, Let's go. And I'm agreeing. That's my only team going right now is the Oilers. And who'd
Yeah,
have
well,
thought that 3 weeks ago, man. Oh man.
I know. Sports, baby. It's wild.
Yeah, it is wild. And if you're looking for something great to do over the holidays, because holiday season is coming, check out the Broncos or the Tigers. Man alive.
Yo,
That is
good hockey right there.
good hockey action. And if not there, go to your local rink and have a burger and watch the action there.
Amen. We got game
Amen.
this weekend on Saturday. I don't think I can make it, but Parker's got a game in Saturday in town, and I'm off to East End with Levi.
Oh, I might if it's during the day because we don't play till Saturday night in Shawnee.
Yeah,
So.
it's 10:30 a.m. I think Parker plays.
Oh, I'll be there. I will be there to check that action out.
Yeah.
I don't have to go till Saturday evening. So
Yeah, it'd be 10:30. Parker will be roughing them up in the corners.
well, I'm gonna go down for a burger and some fried onions and a little.
There
hockey.
will be food. Megan will assure you there will be food this weekend.
All right. Well, that's probably it for today's show, and we'll catch you tomorrow morning for more.
All right, buddy. Have a great day.
Perspective. Same to you, Matt.
See you guys.